You know that feeling when something in your relationship just doesn't sit right? She says all the right things, but something feels hollow. You wonder why you feel so alone when you're technically with someone. Today, we're ripping the bandage off. The clearest signs she's only pretending to love you. Pay close attention to sign number 5. It's the one most men miss until it's too late. Let's get into it. Sign 1. There's a massive gap between what she says and what she actually does. This is the most fundamental indicator, and so many men overlook it because they desperately want to believe the words coming out of her mouth. She tells you you're the most important person in her world. She says she would do anything for you, but when you actually need her, she vanishes. You open up to her hoping for support. What do you get? Silence. A change of subject. Or she makes it about herself. A woman who genuinely loves you does not need to be begged to show up for you. Her care is automatic. It's woven into the fabric of how she treats you every single day. But when the love is performative, she gives you just enough affection to keep you hooked without ever truly investing her heart. She says she supports your ambitions but rolls her eyes when you talk about your goals. She claims she is committed, but you're always the one making plans, keeping conversations alive, putting in the emotional labor. If you constantly feel like you're carrying the entire relationship on your back, that's not partnership. That's a performance. And you're the audience. Sign 2. Her body tells a completely different story than her words. This one is subtle but powerful once you start noticing it. Human beings communicate far more through their physical behavior than through language. And here's the thing about body language, it's almost impossible to fake consistently. When you go in for a hug, does she melt into you or does she stiffen up like she'd rather be anywhere else? When you're sitting together, does she naturally lean toward you, or is there always this invisible wall between you? Watch what happens when you say something affectionate. Does her face light up genuinely, or do you catch that split second delay before she forces a smile? That micro hesitation tells you everything. The body doesn't know how to lie the way the mouth does. Words can be rehearsed. Physical reactions come from a deeper place. If her touch feels like an obligation rather than a desire, that's your answer right there. Don't ignore it. Sign 3. She keeps your relationship in the shadows. This is a big one. Ask yourself honestly, how many people in her inner circle actually know about you? And I don't mean some vague awareness that she might be seeing someone. I mean, does her family know your name? Have her closest friends met you? Does she bring you up naturally in conversation with the people who matter most in her life? Because here's the reality, when a woman is deeply in love, she cannot contain it. She wants to tell everyone. She wants to show you off. She wants to integrate you into every corner of her world. But when she's faking it, she treats you like classified information. She might claim she's just a private person, but you notice she shares literally everything else about her life, her meals, her outfits, her vacations. Somehow, you never appear anywhere. You invite her to a family gathering, and suddenly she has a conflict or she's not feeling up to it. Listen to me carefully. If she refuses to acknowledge you publicly, you need to seriously question why she's keeping you around privately. There are usually only a few explanations, and none of them involve genuine love. Sign 4. Physical affection is entirely one sided. Think back. When was the last time she reached for your hand first? When was the last time she kissed you without you leaning in? When was the last time she wrapped herself around you because she wanted to feel close? If you're struggling to recall a single instance, that should alarm you. Real love creates a magnetic pull between two people. A woman who is genuinely in love with you craves your proximity. She finds excuses to touch you, a hand on your arm during conversation, playing with your hair while you watch a movie, resting her head on your shoulder for no particular reason. These aren't grand gestures, they're instinctive expressions of real emotional connection. But when she's pretending, all of that dries up. You become the one constantly reaching out, and she becomes the one tolerating it. She might get affectionate strategically. After an argument, she wants to smooth over when she needs something from you. But outside of those moments, there's a coldness you can feel in your bones. No man should have to beg for warmth from someone who claims to love him. Before I get to sign 5, if you're new here, this is why we cling. We decode why we cling to the wrong people, the wrong stories, the wrong version of ourselves. No red pill anger, no blue pill fluff, just the truth. Now, sign 5, the one I told you to pay attention to. Sign 5. Her vision of the future doesn't include you. You're having one of those late night conversations about dreams and goals and where life is heading. She gets animated, talking about her career moves, her travel plans, maybe relocating to a new city. And as you sit there listening, you realize something devastating. You are nowhere in that picture. She uses language like, I want, and my plan, and when I move, instead of we and our and together. She might not even realize she's doing it, but the exclusion speaks volumes. A woman who sees you as her long term partner naturally folds you into her plans. She talks about where you two could live someday. She mentions wanting you to meet certain people, experience certain things together. Your futures become intertwined in her imagination. But when she's just going through the motions, you're her present tense comfort, but not her future tense priority. She might throw you the occasional bone with vague someday promises, but nothing concrete ever materializes. You are essentially a placeholder, keeping the seat warm until whoever or whatever she's actually waiting for comes along. Sign 6. She knows nothing about you, not the surface stuff. She knows your job, your favorite restaurant, your sister's name. I mean the real things. The fears you've never told anyone. What kept you up at night when you were 19. The dream you gave up. The version of yourself you're quietly ashamed of. Real love is curious. It asks questions you weren't expecting. It listens to the answers like they're sacred. If you've been with her for months or years and she still doesn't know who you actually are underneath, it's not because you're closed off. It's because she never asked. A woman pretending to love you will engage with the surface, your appearance, your status, what you can provide. But the deeper layers of who you are as a person, they stay completely unexplored. And she seems perfectly fine with that. Sign 7. She never defends you. This one stings, but it's critical. When someone loves you, they instinctively protect your reputation and your dignity. If a friend makes a disrespectful comment about you, she should be the first one to shut it down. If her family questions your character, she should have your back. But if she sits there silently while people take shots at you, or worse, if she joins in and piles on, that's not love. That's not even basic respect. And you absolutely cannot have love without respect. A woman who is only pretending will not risk her own social standing to defend you, because emotionally, she has already checked out. Here's what I need you to understand. Recognizing these signs isn't paranoia. It's protection of your peace and your time. The two most valuable things you own. The two things you can't earn back. If multiple signs from this list are showing up in your relationship, the honest conversation you need to have isn't with her. It's with yourself. You deserve someone whose love you never have to question. Someone whose actions and words exist in perfect harmony. Someone who pulls you closer instead of keeping you at arm's length. Never settle for a half-hearted version of something that should be the most powerful force in your life. Because here's the truth. Real love doesn't ask you to convince yourself it's real. Drop one number in the comments. The sign you saw yourself in today. I'll read every single one. Subscribe and stay with me. This is why we cling.